Yeah.
So if you don't know, Kyle Rittenhouse is a guy, and he went to Kenosha, Wisconsin during all the riots to go and protect a business with actual firearms. And BLM slash Antifa, they started to run at Kyle Rittenhouse. Some had guns. They pointed at Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse shot them and killed some people. And the
Yeah.
prosecution in Kenosha, Wisconsin, are alleging that Kyle Rittenhouse, shot these people without any merit or warrant. Excuse
Right.
me.
It's bullshit. That was total self-defense.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
And the point I'm trying to make here is it's a very clear and obvious contention for self-defense, and it seems like the prosecution is just using this case to kick off more Antifa slash BLM riots to occur
Great.
in the country.
Just what we needed.
They're trying to turn this into a race issue when it clearly was not. And let's actually, let's point to the prosecution and how horrible their actual case is against Rittenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to play a clip on screen.
Hollow point bullets are designed to hit the animal that they're being shot at, let's say a deer, for example, and explode inside that body, correct?
No, I don't think so.
When you say explode, are you saying expand or explode? Because there are such things as exploding bullets.
Sure. Let me rephrase.
Oh,
What?
that's.
Are they stupid?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly.
And the like Kyle Rittenhouse, when he was asked the question, did you use hollow point bullets, and what are they? Did they explode upon impact? And Kyle Rittenhouse was like, "Bro, what? You're down bad." And then the judge was like, "Yeah, you're pretty down bad. I don't know what you're asking him."
R/murdered by words.
And it gets worse for the prosecution. All right.
I like how the judge is just like, what the fuck you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Right?
So the judge, he gets fed up with the prosecution.
Yeah.
He starts yelling at the actual fucking prosecution.
Damn.
So
Yo.
I'll highlight the clip.
Based judge? Hello?
Why would you think that made it okay for you, without any advance notice, to bring this matter before the jury? I was astonished when you began your examination by commenting on the defendant's post-arrest silence. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country for 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea why you would do something like that. And it gives, well, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I do have one thing to say about this thing. It's funny. it is very funny watching this like unfold, because like I get that the judge is just like totally just done with this guy's bullshit, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just totally not getting it and reading into things that I really shouldn't. But the judge just sounds so, I don't know. Like, have you guys ever seen the fucking like crying soy Wojak?
Oh my fucking gosh.
That looks like how he sounded in that whole exchange. The only difference being he was totally right. The judge. So like it's weird because like he was totally going off on him, but it just felt super, I don't know, immature, I guess. But he was totally right. He was totally right that this lawyer was totally out of his reach. I feel like he could have gone in a much better way of explaining that in a much more calm demeanor than just sort of, I don't know, audibly crying at him, which is kind of what it sounded like.
So I think, let me explain to you, right? I think this is where the judge is coming from. And he's coming from the position that he believes that this case is kind of a phony trial. And, this is, I think, the 6th day of just interrogation, of just questioning, of just testification.
Wait, it's the 6th day?
Yeah. And they go on for hours, all right?
Oh.
So I think he's really, really tired with the
really
prosecution.
tired of this. Okay, I understand now. I feel like anyone would be like that if you had to listen to hours upon hours of that shit for 6 days. That's a week. That's a week. I would not want to listen to that guy with his this poker face and his like pre-recorded lines head ass like spit lies at me for 6 days. Nah.
Yeah, I think his position's pretty reasonable.
Bro, I honestly I'd be just as pissed.
Yeah.
I would.
Anyways.
I would have said more curse words than that if I was judge, but yeah.
Yeah, fair.
So let's talk about Rittenhouse, right? The guy that's centered around this trial. So, the prosecution asked Rittenhouse. He was on the stand. They asked him to recount his experience of shooting the individuals and killing some people. And he was 17 years old at the time. He's 18 currently now, and he breaks into tears.
And there were there were 3 people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what I. That's what I run.
We're gonna just take time for our break anyway.
So, like, this is honestly a very fucked experience for him because he's reliving a traumatic experience of people holding guns to him. And trust people, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can take a life. I can take a life." It's not easy to take someone's life.
It's
really
not.
not.
I mean,
And
it's
that
not
life will
assuming
always
you're
harm
not-
you.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say, it's not with the exception of like, I guess, like sociopaths or psychopaths or whatever.
Yeah.
But most people, the 99.9 percentile of people, will be essentially deeply crushed and horrified by killing someone, especially if it's their first time, because the effects of killing someone on the human psyche are, biologically selected for, so that we don't just all kill ourselves and go extinct. Not to mention the fact that, the grief that it causes to, the person who was, person who dies, families, and those connections. It's a very deeply human thing to receive trauma from killing someone. And I feel like, in a similar way to how you have to be kind of like sociopathic or psychopathic to not really care if you kill someone, I feel like you have to be arguably equally psychopathic to not empathize with someone who is going through that trauma.
I mean, he was like 17 when he killed somebody, right?
Quite literally a minor, yeah.
Yeah, it's a minor,
Yeah.
so that's even worse. That's even worse.
Is he being trialed as a minor, or is he...
I'm pretty sure he's being tried as an adult, but I may be wrong. It just, usually when you're a minor, 17, 16 years old, and you're being tried for murder, you usually are being tried as an adult. That's usually what happens. But yeah. Really fucked up shit in that trial happening right now.
That whole thing is really fucked up.
Waste of time.
I mean, props for the judge for allowing Kyle to have a break and take a breather so he can actually form his thoughts.
Yeah,
And,
that
you know-
was... No, you know what I gotta say? Based judge.
Well, it's not only that he's, like, okay. I don't want to say that he's based because that implies he has a bias. It's very obvious, right?
I mean, like, he's based in his principles. His principles of if someone is going through trauma and is reliving that trauma and is struggling to cope with it, to give them a break, to give them the space they need to take it in and process what they're going to say. That is based not because they have an opinion that I agree with. It's because they have good moral principles. Based on what? Based on humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, no, I get that based is kind of like a meme term, and this is no joke. So, I just, I'm not very well equipped to deal with things like this. This is a very serious situation.
If Democrats really just wanted a systemic racism case again, they could just set out right. I don't know why they need this trial. This is obviously not necessary or required. This is just putting the guy through more trauma.
Maybe that's what they want.
Perhaps, but it's kind of fucked to do that to a guy as young as him.
Do we seriously need to bring up the case of what happened when a minor, I think he was legit, I don't know if he was 17 or if he was 16, but still, it was something young but not terribly young, so definitely still a minor, but whatever. There was the kid who made the gif of Donald Trump suplexing CNN, who was then doxxed and harassed by Antifa on behalf of CNN, I believe. And that whole thing, nobody ever brings it up ever again because it was the left in the wrong. And in the mainstream media, the left is never wrong because the left is marching towards utopia.
You want to know something interesting? So the prosecutor, and this is actually quite funny because we made a video about this in high school, debunking that video games lead to violence. Anyways, the prosecution was trying to make a connection that because Kyle Rittenhouse occasionally played Call of Duty, that contributed to his the violence he took to kill all these people.
Yeah,
God,
360 no scopes really led him to murder people in real life.
Exactly.
I was saying,
bro,
yo, I gotta be scared of Ali A. Don't make.
Gotta be scared of the intro, dude.
Bro, I don't know, man. Ninja, bro. Do you think he doesn't have shurikens? That he don't got no katanas? That
he's gonna crank 90s on me. Gosh dang
he's
it.
Gotta be scared.
90s on me, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's
the trial.
That's the trial, and it's it's really hard not to feel just so bad for him.
Right, and there's obviously more things in the trial. I haven't gone through all of the trial, but eventually I will, and we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, maybe we'll revisit this topic for
23. Yeah, we definitely will, because we need to look at the leftist response to the
to
him being acquitted. Yeah, so
I mean, you'll get it in like 5 weeks. Next decide.
5 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks.
Legitimately,
10 months,
this could take
10 years,
another 6 months. No joke.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be when our next episode will be.
Yeah,
and
we'll be ready.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.